Life is all about compromises, right? Well, if you think you can ignore your poor eating habits just because you exercise regularly, think again. A mistake that many of us make is thinking that if you exercise regularly, you can eat whatever you want. Or if you're naturally thin, you don't have to watch what you eat. Unfortunately, trading a couple of hours in the gym for a greasy cheeseburger or relying on a good metabolism to take the place of healthy eating habits completely misses the point of living a healthy lifestyle. A nutritious, well balanced diet, along with physical activities and refraining from smoking, is the foundation of a good health. Healthy eating includes consuming high-quality proteins, carbohydrates, hot healthy fats, minerals, vitamins, and water in the foods you take in, while minimizing the processed foods, saturated fats, and alcohol. Eating in this manner helps you maintain your body's everyday functions, promotes optimal body weight, and even prevents from diseases. My classmates and I have done an intense research on the benefits of balanced diet and how it affects your physical and mental states. Today, we will talk about a nutrition guide, which is called My Plate, and it consists of four food sections: carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and vitamins. We will also talk about water, which is one of the most important elements in the human's body.
Hey, so I'm here to talk to you guys about carbohydrates. Carbs often get a bad rap, especially when it comes to weight gain and blood sugar. However, this is a bit of a misconception. While carbs definitely can lead to those things, it's all about the types of carbs you're putting into your body and how much of each. So my goal is to help you better understand what carbs are and how they fit into your diet. So, a very common bit of advice a lot of us hear is that if we want to eat healthy, we should cut down on bread and sugary foods and eat more fruits, veggies, and grains. But why is this? To explain this, you need to understand a little more about how carbohydrates work. So, carbs are any food that, when digested, becomes sugar, which our body then uses for energy. Carbs can be simple or complex. Simple carbs, also called basic sugars, are made of one or two sugar molecules, and they include glucose, lactose, fructose, and sucrose. Glucose is the main sugar that the cells in our body use for energy. It's found naturally in fruits and vegetables. Lactose is found in milk and dairy products. Fructose is sugar from fruits. Similar to glucose, fructose is naturally found in fruits and vegetables. And then sucrose is just table sugar. Sucrose is composed of one glucose and one fructose molecule. And then we have our complex carbs. Complex carbs are made up of a string of 3 or more sugar molecules. Our main complex carb is starch, which is a chain of glucose molecules. Foods that are heavy in starch include wheat, rice, corn, and potatoes, and any food made from those, such as bread, pasta, chips, or cereal. These starchy foods often don't taste sweet, so we don't think of them as having sugar. However, you don't want to make that mistake, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So, the body absorbs each different kind of sugar in a different way. Glucose is the easiest sugar for your body to use. When you ingest glucose, it is almost immediately absorbed into your bloodstream through your small intestine. It is then transported to your cells, which use it for energy. Any excess glucose is then stored as fat. Fructose, on the other hand, can't be used immediately by our cells. It must first undergo chemical changes in the liver. This means fructose takes much longer for our body to absorb and use as energy than glucose. All fruits and veggies contain some ratio of glucose to fructose, and this ratio rarely exceeds 2 to 1. So here's where starches come into play. When a starch hits your small intestine, the bonds between its glucose molecules are immediately broken, so now you have a huge load of glucose molecules that's going to enter your bloodstream. Additionally, these are all glucose molecules, not fructose, which would have to go through the liver first before it could be used by our cells. This is why a piece of bread will spike your blood sugar way more than a fruit or vegetable, or even a bowl of jelly beans. There's a scale called the glycemic index, and it's a measurement of how quickly certain foods will affect your blood sugar. Pure glucose is on the extreme high end of the glycemic index, whereas fats and proteins are very low on the scale, since they take the longest to be metabolized. So, where foods like soda, a Snickers bar, or even table sugar are towards the middle of the scale, foods like bread and corn chips are even higher. So, if you're eating a lot of very starchy foods, you need to realize that they're basically pure sugar. Any sugar that you don't use gets stored as fat. And since starches are immediately absorbed into your body for usage as energy, if you eat a lot of starches, you're going to end up with a lot of excess glucose, which will then be stored as fat. In conclusion, carbs aren't bad for you per se, and you need them for energy. But not all carbs are created equal, so if you're trying to watch your weight, pay attention to what kinds of carbs you're eating.
Josh just talked about the importance of carbohydrates. He discussed how carbs provide energy for our body. Today, I will be discussing the other essential nutrient that our body needs, which is protein. Protein provides energy for our body, however, it does much more as well. I will be discussing the functionality of protein, the types of protein, as well as how much protein you should be consuming every single day. To begin, I will be discussing the functionality of protein, starting with the structural function. Structural as in hair, skin, and nails. Protein makes up our hair, skin, and nails, as well as muscles, which enable us to do all the actions that we do throughout the day. Protein is important because it also provides a regulatory and maintenance function for our body. It gives our body energy and catalyzes a lot of the activities that we are able to do. Protein serves more than just functionality, though. Protein also serves in an essential way that provides amino acids for our body's catalysms. I will be discussing essential amino acids in the types of proteins. Types of proteins are two: plant and animal. Plant and animal proteins both contain 20 amino acids, of which 9 are essential. Essential because your body will not be able to survive without them. The difference between plant and animal proteins is the amount of amino acids contained in them. Plant proteins are known to be lacking in usually 2 areas of amino acids. While they contain all amino acids, they tend to have 2 in low quantities. Animal proteins, on the other hand, do not contain any in low quantities. They usually contain high quantities of all amino acids, particularly the 9 essential ones. That is why people say that you can consume animal proteins without having any plant proteins as a supplement, but you should never consume plant proteins without having a well-balanced, nutritious diet. Plant proteins are not enough to suffice your nutrition needs. That is why you should be consuming a variety of plant proteins throughout your diet. Now I will be discussing how much proteins you should be consuming every day. But first, I want to show you 2 types of proteins. Here I have ham, which is an animal protein, and I also have an example of plant protein, which is these almonds or nuts. Now, as a healthy diet, you should be having at least 5 to 6 ounces of lean to low-fat protein. Lean because it is important to have healthy cuts of protein. 1 ounce of meat is equivalent to 1/4 cup of cooked beans. So if you're a vegetarian and you cannot have 1 ounce of meat, you should be having at least 1/4 cup of cooked beans, which is also equivalent to 1 egg or 1 teaspoon of peanut butter, which is also equivalent to 1/2 ounce of seeds. Now you know how much protein you should be having throughout the day. But that is not all you need to know. You also need to know how much milk you should be consuming every day. If you are lactose intolerant, this does not apply to you. However, you need to be consuming 2 to 3 cups of milk per day, and you should tend to choose fat-free or low-fat milk products. 8 ounces of milk is equal to 1.5 ounces of natural cheese, and 1 cup of yogurt is equal to 2 ounces of processed cheese. If you are lactose intolerant, you can substitute these with almond milk or any other milk that also contain enriched protein as well as enriched calcium, so you're getting all your essential nutrients that you need. Now, Yuan will be talking about how many lipids you should be having.
After Sanjana's speech on protein, I will now introduce you to our next member of Mind Play Diet, Lipids. Lipids, which is commonly known as fat, is usually shunned by the health-conscious people because it potentially leads to weight gain or even the stereotypical fat which contradicts the beauty standard. However, lipids does contain a lot of benefits and it makes an inseparable part of a perfect daily diet. To begin with, lipid serves as the structural building material of all membranes of cells and organs. It also provides more than twice the energy compared with carbohydrates and proteins on a weight basis. Additionally, lipids are essential for proper digestion and absorption of food and nutrients. Bile acid produced from lipids in your liver allow fat and water to mix in order to break down and absorb food. Moreover, lipids help produce hormone. Estrogen, testosterone, progesterone are all derived from cholesterol, which is a specific kind of lipids. They maintain pregnancy, develop sex characteristics, and regulate calcium level in your body. However, it is very important to distinct which kind of lipids you're consuming because there's great contrast between unsaturated fat and saturated fat and the worst kind of them all, the trans fat. Unsaturated fat reduce inflammation, stabilize your heartbeat, and reduce low-density lipoprotein. The common source of unsaturated fats are olive oil, nuts, and avocado, etc. On the contrary, saturated fat and trans fat raise your low-density lipoprotein and bad cholesterol. Saturated fat are often found to be solid in room temperature and often derived from animal. For a 2000 carb diet, it is recommended a person to consume between 44 grams to 77 grams of lipids per day. Just to summarize what I said about lipids, I gave out several benefits of lipids and also make the distinction between unsaturated fat, saturated fat, and the worst of them all, the trans fat, and also gave out the recommended dose of lipid intake each day. So after the basic knowledge of the unpopular member of the My Plate diet, lipids, Amanda will now introduce you to the wildly appreciated part of My Plate diet, the vitamin and minerals.
Now, along with fats and lipids, vitamins and minerals are very important for our body as well. Vitamins and minerals are essential nutrients that our body needs in small amounts in order for it to work properly. Now, first I'll be talking about vitamins. Most people should be able to get all the nutrients they need by eating a varied and balanced diet. However, some people also choose to take supplements, which is also okay as well. Now, there are two types of vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins include vitamins A, D, E, and K. Now, you don't have to eat food containing these vitamins every day since these are pretty common and they are able to be stored in your body. Now, some examples of foods containing these vitamins include animal fats, vegetable oils, liver, dairy foods, and oily fish. However, water-soluble vitamins include vitamins C, B, and folic acid. Now, these vitamins are not stored in your body, so you do have to take these vitamins more frequently. Now, some examples of foods containing these water-soluble vitamins include fruits and vegetables, grains, milk, and other dairy foods. Now, like vitamins, minerals are also essential nutrients that is needed in small amounts just to keep your body healthy. Now, you can fulfill this need by eating a variety of healthy foods. Now, some examples of minerals include iron, calcium, potassium, and zinc. And some foods these minerals are found in include meat, cereals, fish, dairy, milk, fruits and vegetables, and nuts. Now, minerals are very important for our body because they actually turn the foods you eat into energy. They also build strong teeth and bones, and they also control bodily fluids inside and outside your cells in your body.
Did you know that your body weight is approximately 60% water, or that approximately 80% of your brain tissue is made of water, or that just 2% reduction of water levels in the body can lead to a 20% decrease in your physical and mental performance? I've heard about those facts when I was taking my nutrition course a couple of years ago. Your body uses water in all its cells, organs, and tissues to help regulate its temperature and to perform other important bodily functions. Today, I will talk about the benefits and importance of drinking water and how much water should you really drink per day. Firstly, with 0 calories and the ability to make you feel full, water can help promote weight loss. Studies conducted in Germany by the researcher Michael Bushman showed that drinking just 500 milliliters of water increased the metabolic rates in the body by 30%. In fact, the metabolic rate was seen in just 10 minutes after drinking water. Secondly, drinking adequate amounts of water can prevent a number of skin problems. The Department of Dermatology in the University of Complutense in France conducted a study on 80 individuals, men and women, to assess the effect of the water on the skin. In some time, the researchers noticed that there was an improvement in hydration, softness, and smoothness of the skin of the participants. According to the University of Minnesota, frostbite and blisters may affect the skin if water levels are low. Drinking water helps to plump out the skin cells, which minimizes the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, which makes you look younger. Water also supports detoxification and helps flush out toxins that make your complexion look dull. Moreover, a properly hydrated body is shown to function more complex tasks than the dehydrated one. It helps in improving the mood, boosting memory, reducing the frequency of headaches, and improving brain function. If the body experiences fluid loss, it can lead to anxiety and excessive fatigue. A study conducted in Netherlands on 18 volunteers who regularly had headaches showed a reduction in the total number of hours of headache and its intensity after drinking 1.5 liters of water per day for about 12 weeks. One of the most frequent questions that patients ask their doctors is how much water should they drink. The daily 4 to 6 cup rule is generally for healthy people. It's possible to take too much water if you have certain health conditions such as thyroid disease, kidney, liver, or heart problems, or if you are taking medications that retain water. But even a healthy person's water needs will vary, especially if you're losing water through sweat while you're working out or you're just outside on a hot day. The vast majority of healthy people, however, take an adequate amount of water every day just by letting thirst be their guide. Your body naturally feels thirsty when the water level of the body is low, and the water is the best medicine. At the end, it is very important to rehydrate by drinking fluids and eating foods that contain water because your body loses water through breathing, sweating, and even digestion. The amount of water you need depends on a variety of factors, including the climate you live in, how active you are, or if you have some health conditions. You are what you eat, they say. But if you want to get literal about it, you are mostly what you drink.
In conclusion, today we've talked about how everyone here today can have a balanced diet and how easy it really can be. We've taught you all about some of the different food groups, what they could do health-wise for your body, and as well as some examples of different types of foods within these food groups. Today we've informed you all about carbohydrates, proteins, fats and lipids, vitamins and minerals, and water, and what exactly they all are and what they can do beneficially for your body. We hope you all will use this information to try to better your own health and make an even better you. Thank you.